So it's been a lot to talk about today. I'll definitely talk about Team Tank it, turning down $20 million. Ain't no alleged to it. So at the end of the day, is they turned it down, and I just want to let you guys know and be aware of mind games that's being played by Team Tank. They trying to play mind games, political games, and lowball games, and that's all they're doing. Basically, Leonard Ellaby tried to throw the Tank fans and the PBC Fun Boys a lifeline. So because Leonard Ellaby said something is the gospel, and he didn't indirectly say Team Haney, he said people, but we knew who he was talking about. But he's done this before, trying to devalue somebody's stock when it pertains to fighting Tank. At the end of the day, this is just a stall tactic to basically push back the fight, making it look like there's no value in this fight and that there's um, no demand for this fight. Basically, off of Devin Haney coming off a masterful performance. But Leonard Ellaby don't have me fooled. He does this stuff all the time, and he puts this stuff out there to try to make you believe something that isn't true or where he's exaggerating. Every other source out there pretty much said the fight did between 100,000 to 250,000 pay-per-views. But here comes Leonard Ellaby. Oh, I heard. Well, who you heard it from? And here's the thing. If you knew how much if you knew how well or bad this fight did on pay-per-view, why didn't you put the numbers out immediately? Why did you wait till after 2 days like you did the last time Devin Haney fight? The last Devin Haney haters. A lot of this circles back to Beal. A lot of people just don't like Beal for whatever reason. But a lot of people dislike Beal for the wrong reason, and particularly people from our community, because Beal is a strong brother and he's there for his son. And they've always feared a black man that looks out for his children and that does boss moves. At the end of the day, a lot of these PBC fun boys are just mad because they can't control the narrative. And Bill marches to the beat of his own drum, him and Devin Haney, and they can't be pimped by Al Heyman. And that's what a lot of these PBC fun boys are mad about. The same ones that, attack anybody that, speaks on the PBC, on the wrongdoings of the PBC and how they treat primarily a lot of their black fighters. Look how Leonard Ellaby is treating Devin Haney. You would think they would be trying to welcome this fight, but at the end of the day, they see Devin as a threat to Tank. So what they do is they devalue him by trying to say, oh, he isn't selling pay-per-views and oh, the tickets got sold at a discount rate. I thought the whole idea is to make a sporting event affordable for a family to watch, not having ticket prices at these extreme unaffordable prices that most people can't afford to be there. I thought that was the whole idea. But that's what's wrong with black people anyway. They rather brag about how much they spend on something, which means absolutely nothing, than basically talk about how much money they done saved or saving. Black people would rather waste money than save money. And then think they're doing something by bragging about how much money they wasted on something. One thing about me, I buy smart. If I can get it for as cheap as possible, I can. I will. I will try. Now, I'm past them days about brag. Oh, you see this right here? I paid $10,000 for this. Nah, I'm past that. That's why I laugh when I look at some of these dizzy ass women that sit up there and talk about they want to go to a $300 a plate restaurant or brag about how some dude spent $2,000 on a dinner date, which when you really think that's just absurd and it's stupid. If you value somebody by how much they spend on you, then you really have no significance. I need to think elsewhere. I need to look elsewhere, because you definitely ain't what I'm looking for if you value me by how much I spend or you value me by amount. But that's the uppity ass, Leonard Ellaby. But like I said, they want to do everything but make fights. And it goes without saying what I've been saying about the PBC. Why do black people continue to ride for the PBC and Al Heyman and make these videos celebrating the PBC when they like to devalue black people? But you supposed to be so pro-black, you supposed to be so militant, you supposed to be such a hotep. And that's why I don't take none of you dudes serious too, because you're clowns just like the PBC. This is all they're doing. I mean, Leonard, if you had this information, wouldn't you have put this out immediately? Why did you wait till the pay-per-view numbers was originally put out? Why did you wait 2 days later? Matter of fact, why didn't you rebuttal what the pay-per-view numbers was the day they got put out, which was like Tuesday or Wednesday? Why did you wait till Friday? That's kind of suspicious. Like you had to think of something. See, they was already putting this in motion. They was already putting this in motion when they found out, Thursday last week that the fight was going to sell out. They was like, okay, we got to come with a strategy to devalue this fight, not to make this fight immediately. It'll be better for Tank if he make this fight now versus trying to make this fight 2 years down the line, because he may not be the same Tank in 2 years that he is now. This is what we've been trying to say about Canelo. The longer it takes for Canelo to make this fight with David Benavidez, the worse it's going to be for him. I heard 7A's video where he said that Canelo might try to fight him at a catch weight. I doubt that. I disagree with 7A on that. Not dissing 7A, but I disagree with that, because David Benavidez would be a fool to let Canelo weight drain him and basically let Canelo pimp him out. The man already said he barely can make, saying that he basically only have like a few fights left at 168. David Benavidez is already talking about he wants to move up to 175. So why would he sit up there and try to weight drain himself? So, that's just, I would never do that. And that's what people love to holler about, this A side, B side stuff. I understand that to a certain degree, but then sometimes how much is your A side just an excuse not to make the fight? Because all Leonard was talking about, Tank is going to get to have all the say-so on whether a fight get made. At the end of the day, only your idiot fans is going to buy so long into that A-side stuff. A lot of times when you say A-side, that can be, disguised as ducking. When you throw ridiculous stipulations to make a fight. Now, if you want to have a certain ring size and all this kind of stuff, maybe certain kind of gloves, okay, that's fine. But when you start talking about weight and all this kind of stuff and making excuses and rehydration and all this kind of stuff, like I keep saying, Tank is supposed to be knocking out heavyweights. Why do it matter what weight Devin Haney rehydrates to? So that don't make no sense. So that sounds like that's a lie then. And then another thing is, why do Tank keep bringing up Bill Haney, talking about your father's going to cry when he see what I do to you? Well, when is you going to get in the ring with him? You had a chance to set it up to get in the ring with him like sooner than later. And you said no. Because at the end of the day, you don't really want to negotiate. It's a difference between negotiating and dictating. Okay? But like I said, now all of a sudden, because Leonard Ellaby comes with a so-called rebuttal of what according to him, what the pay-per-view numbers is, now it's the gospel. Don't y'all know Leonard Ellaby got a vested interest in this? He wants to try to protect his client, protect his fighter, Tank Davis. talking about, oh, stuff he's used this same old song and dance tune before. Oh, well, for this to happen, certain things need to happen. It has to be right for both fighters. Well, when is it gonna be right? When is it gonna be right? This is the same stuff that Anthony Joshua pulled with Deontay Wilder. He asked for $50 million to fight Deontay Wilder, and then when they was going to give it to him, he turned down the fight. He didn't want to take the fight. Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua could have happened years ago. But see, the thing is, like I told you, I'm different from these other dudes because you guys are just mad because I basically, I call out the PBC for their antics. And this is just another stall tactic. And this is just another buying time, trick that the PBC is doing. They have a history of doing this. Look how long they put off Bud versus Errol Spence, because deep down inside, they knew that Errol Spence couldn't fuck with Terrence Crawford. And it doesn't matter what weight class they fight in. Terrence Crawford is going to beat Errol Spence's ass again, and y'all going to run for cover again, or y'all going to make excuses again. So it doesn't matter what weight class they fight at, you already going to have your built-in excuses. They were setting this up from the jump. When they heard that the fight was selling good, they was putting this in play. And then after they saw the results of the fight, when they saw how Devin Haney thoroughly dominated Tank Davis, they was like, okay, people going to demand that this fight get made. And then due to the fact that Devin Haney is a promotional free agent, you can't throw that wrong side of the street shit. There's no hurdles preventing this fight from happening now. Nobody cares about 2025. Nobody cares about 2 years down the line. This fight doesn't need to marinate. This fight can be made tonight. They can negotiate and set this fight for some time in April. This fight don't have to. It makes all the financial sense in the world. It'll sell out. It'll do big numbers on pay-per-view. Devin Haney's popularity is at an all-time high. Tank Davis' popularity is at an all-time high. But see, this is what I'm saying. You don't have no problem breaking the bank for Ryan Garcia, but then when it comes to the brothers, you want to play these fucking games. And I'm tired of it. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm not playing these games with the PBC and Al Heyman and Leonard Ellaby. Leonard Ellaby is full of shit. Tank Davis is full of shit. Al Heyman is full of shit, and the PBC is full of shit. Somebody got to say it. If you dudes are too scared and want to try to play that on code, don't try that on code stuff with me. I always am on code. I've been on code. I'm on code everywhere I go. I'm on code more than the rest of these dudes is. But at the end of the day, that's the problem. You mad because I am on code. You mad because I'm basically calling out the BS. I'm calling it how I see it, and I'm telling the truth. See, this is the reason why I love to work by myself. I don't have no co-host. I can do all that stuff. I don't be on no panels. I don't need to be on no panels. I don't need your panel. When I want somebody on my channel, or when I want to do a panel, or when I want to do an interview, I'll contact that person. But I don't need to be part of no panel because I operate on my own. But like I said, you guys are being fooled. How many times have the PBC pulled this trick? How many times have Floyd Mayweather pulled this trick? How many times have Al Heyman pulled this trick? Exactly. I've never seen it's so disappointing when I see black people behaving this way amongst each other. But like I said before, this is why black businesses don't survive. This is why a lot of times black businesses fail, because of black people. Here it is, Devin Haney hot. This will be the best time to make the fight, coming off a great win. Then you trying to devalue Regis Prograis, another black man. Let's just you know what I'm saying? Let's just open up the door. You know what I'm saying? Let's just address the elephant in the room. Like I said, the PBC, real talk, man. They I mean, for real. I hate to say this, man, but for real, well, I don't hate to say it because I've been seeing this for years. Butter Biscuit City. But then you niggas that support the PBC try to call other people coons. You guys are hilarious. Shut y'all asses up. You don't know what you're talking about. They say boxing is a business, right? But here you are, you have people in a boxing business that don't want to do good business. They don't want to do right by a brother. See, this is another reason. Because, see, here's the thing. I ain't scared of Leonard Ellerbe. I'll go right to his face and say this stuff. Because after a while, sometimes you get tired of this stuff. Sometimes you get tired of being professional, asking professional questions when they basically try to answer around your questions or talk around your questions or try to be condescending towards you. There ain't no reason why this fight can't be made. At the end of the day, the Tank fanboys, the PBC fanboys, they are timid. They're a little shook because they didn't think Devin was going to blow through Regis Prograis the way he did in dominant fashion. Beat him to a pulp. Could have stopped him if he wanted to. Beat him down. Dominated. And Devin pretty much won every round to me except the 12th because he took his foot off the gas. He was in control, complete control of the fight. And he put on a great performance. Like I said before, he coming off an epic performance. You know, coming off the controversial Lomachenko fight, which I don't think was that controversial because I think he beat Lomachenko. I thought he beat Lomachenko decisively. But at the end of the day, if you have biased broadcasters that want to push a narrative and want to go on this sympathy train for Vasily Lomachenko, of course, they're going to make it look like he did more than what he really did. But nobody can explain to me what rounds that Lomachenko won other than the 10th or the 11th round. Nobody can explain to me how did Lomachenko end up in the hospital and Devin Haney went home. Nobody can explain to me why Devin Haney had another fight in this calendar year where Lomachenko decided to take the rest of the year off because Devin Haney busted him up. Like I said, Lomachenko probably was pissing out blood for like 2 weeks. So, but like I said, this is the mentality that black people have. Like I said, they want to roll out, they want to roll out the red carpet for other people that don't look like them. But then the people that look like them, they want to lowball and they want to try to get over. They want to try to cheat them. Like I said, the reason why black businesses don't make it is because of black people sometimes. You don't have no problem paying whatever these Arabs ask you to pay, these Indians ask you to pay, these Asians ask you to pay, these Hispanics ask you to pay, these white people. You don't have no problem paying what they ask you to pay. But if it's a black person, all of a sudden you want to question their prices. Now, I know there are some situations where sometimes black businesses have to charge higher prices due to the fact that the suppliers charge them more than what they charge their other customers for supplies. So that's cause and effect sometimes. But then again, they prices may match the same of their competitors. But here you go. They ask you to pay $5 for whatever it is you're trying to purchase, but you tell them you got $3. And then they let you slide. Then you come back again with $3. Then you come back again with $3. Then next time come back with $2. Next time come back $1. Then next time is because you let me slide, I'll pay you back 2 weeks. Then you pay it back 2 weeks. Then next you know you say it go to a month. Then when it go to a month, it go down to you just don't pay it all, and you just try to think they'll forget about it, and then you try to start the cycle all over again, and then guess what? They can't pay the operational costs, and then guess what? They can't pay the employees. They can't pay the operational cost. Guess what? They out of business. And then you the same niggas that's talking about where's all the black businesses at? Because you helped shut them down. I mean, for real. I'm too real with mines. I'm talking some real stuff to y'all. I done seen this happen time and time again. And this is exactly what they're doing. They trying for real. I told you that's what they trying to do. They don't want to negotiate. They want to dictate. This is just once again them believing that they ain't so sure that Tank gonna have his way with Devin Haney. Because if they did, they would sign a contract. See, they knew he could knock out Ryan Garcia because they knew how reckless and undisciplined Ryan Garcia can be. But see, Devin Haney, he showed a new side of himself. He showed a new arsenal. He showed that he could be patient, he could be disciplined, and he could put on a great performance. And he showed how defensively sound he is. Yeah, it's always a new thing. Well, like I said, this is your community for you. This is your community for you. This is why we are where we are. Because, like I said, we don't even value each other. We will rather protect everybody except each other. We'd rather look out for everybody except each other. We will defend everybody except each other. You see it here on YouTube. Don't nobody care about none of these non-black fighters pay-per-view. Nobody care about none of these non-black fighters ticket sales. Nobody care about none of that stuff. But they always worried about what the black dude is selling, what the black fighter is selling, what he could bring to the table. Like I said, a lot of people that's pushing this black fighters don't sell narrative. It's the very people that we talking about now that you sucking up to, the PBC. It ain't just Abel Sanchez that said it. It ain't even Bob Arum. It ain't, but it's Al Haymon. But y'all giving him a pass, and why? Because he looked like you? Because he had melanin? Once again, Al Haymon don't give two fucks about y'all. He don't give a damn about the black community. The only thing he care about is green. How much he can save and how much he can make. How much he can save by basically trying to lowball anybody that's not, that's not affiliated with the PBC. You know how Drake had God's plan? Well, this is Al's plan. Al's plan. Al's plan. Al's plan. Because I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me. Like I said, they had all the money in the world to get Conor McGregor. But they don't want to pay Bud Crawford. They got all the money in the world to get Canelo. But then they don't want to do right by Devin Haney. And this is what they do. So I'm just saying. Leonard Ellaby, he full of shit. He full of it. This is a strategy. This is a negotiating tactic. What do you do to try to devalue somebody and try to dictate the terms to your advantage? Oh, try to devalue the potential opponent's last performance, even though it was a great performance. Devin Haney put on a show. It was a great fight. It was a great crowd. Everybody conducted themselves like in a classy manner. Well, depending on how you define classy, basically nothing jumped off. No fights, no arrest, no crazy stuff. People watched the fights, went home. And then the funny thing is, Leonard Ellaby talking about that the undercard was trash. That undercard was solid. PBC is the one that been having trash undercards. Now the one with Benavidez and Andrade, that was a decent card, but Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, trash. Trash. Those cards been trash. And that's why I laugh at these niggas that make these videos trying to sneak diss people that call out the PBC. Like I said, take your asses back to your non-black wives or your white wives. Get out of here with that fake pro-black militant stuff, because ain't nobody buying what you selling at all. Matter of fact, we don't even want it for free because it has no value to it. So there you have it. But anyway, I just wanted to say this. Don't listen to nothing Leonard Ellaby says. Leonard Ellaby is full of it. If he had these numbers, why did he wait till Friday to put them out? Wouldn't you have put this out the moment you got wind of what this pay-per-view supposed to have did? But no, you wanted to wait and see what was gonna happen. And now that Devin Haney nam is popping, well, you guys have to come up with a distraction tactic. And then also try to demean the dude and also try to bring some notoriety to yourself. All that stuff Leonard Ellaby was talking, all that technical talk about, well, this has to happen and people going, and Tank, the only way a fight happens if Tank um does this, and Tank is gonna be the only one to decide the terms. So like I said before, man, they stalling. They ain't really trying to make this fight. The only way they gonna make this fight if they could have every advantage to handicap Devin Haney in the fight. So there you have it. Anyway, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. This your boy Tam. I'll be back in a few minutes to talk about the $20 million offer that was turned down.